If you were a tree, your body would be made of carbohydrates. If you were a human, your body would be made of protein. Hey everybody, welcome to Fontanalis. This channel is about improving our quality of thought through models, frameworks, and metaphors. Meaning, I'm here to help you not be so dang confused about this crazy world. And today's episode is number 3 in a series on why we need to think of protein as a micronutrient rather than a macronutrient. Specifically, today's video is about tissues. And the first and most obvious reason why protein is necessary for healthy tissues is that every part of our body is made using protein. There are a few notable exceptions, like our teeth. The enamel of your teeth does not contain protein, it's a mineral. Everything else, your skin, your bones, your muscles, your joints, your eyes, your organs, everything is made with protein. But here's something you probably didn't know about how protein intake and tissues are related, and that is the more protein you're eating, the better your blood flow is, all right? This is going to be a bit of a journey, but stick with me because it's important. Let's start with blood vessels. Our blood vessels have tiny little pores that allow nutrients to pass between the blood and the intracellular spaces. As we pass further into the extremities, get into smaller blood vessels, capillaries, and further away from the heart, these pores get smaller and smaller. Eventually they reach a size where proteins are no longer able to pass from the blood to the intracellular matrix. The reason this is important is because blood flow relies on oncotic pressure, basically meaning you need polar molecules in the blood to keep that water inside of the blood vessels. And as nutrients are taken out of the bloodstream and as the blood's pressure drops, as we go further and further from the heart, the more we need that oncotic pressure. Now, the albumin and the globulins in our blood, and presumably some of the amino acids, are too large to pass through these pores after a certain size. Meaning the more protein and large polar molecules we have in our blood, the better able our body is to supply nutrients to the furthest parts of our extremities. Translation: eating more protein and having more protein in the blood means better blood flow. When we don't get enough blood flow to our extremities, we experience tissue problems like hair thinning, nail clubbing, where your tips of your fingers become red and swollen, edema, where you're having water pooling in certain parts of your body, nail growth issues. All of these can be connected to a lack of dietary protein. So let's talk about another tissue that most people don't associate with protein, and that is the bones. If you're having bone issues, you're probably not getting enough protein. The bones are actually 95% collagen, which is a protein. Meaning that to have optimal bone growth, your body needs an excess of protein, i.e., you can't eat the bare minimum of protein and expect that your bones, which are 95% protein, to grow properly. It's just common sense. Just like you wouldn't expect to get swole on a low-protein diet, don't expect to have healthy bones if you're not eating a lot of protein. And closely allied with your bones are your joints. The fluid that fills your joints, the synovial fluid, uses proteins to give them that viscous and squishy consistency which allows your bones to stay protected. And of course you have your skin, your hair, and your nails. Our skin contains large amounts of collagen, meaning, same thing with bones, you need to eat a lot of protein to make sure that you have healthy skin. Our hair and our nails are literally just protein growths. We have cells that just pump out keratin, the material that hair and nails are made of, and that's what forms these tissues. If you're getting a low amount of protein, those cells aren't going to have enough amino acids to pump out your hair and your nails. Whereas if you're getting an excess of protein, those cells will have plenty of material to work with. So an experiment you can do, something you can try, is just eat an excess amount of protein for 3 days. Take some protein shakes, add a little bit of meat, eggs, however you want to do it. If you're vegan, tofu, try that for 3 days and see how quickly your nails grow. Alright, I think that covers it for what I had to say about protein as a micronutrient in relation to our bodily tissues. If you haven't seen the first 2 videos in this series, go ahead and check them out. And if you want to see the rest of this series, I have a lot more to say on protein, so go ahead and subscribe, and I will see you next time.